Good evening, everybody, and welcome to holiday Halloween stream. And what better game to play on Halloween than Batman Arkham Asylum? Well, actually, there's probably quite a few better games to play on Halloween than Batman Arkham Asylum, but we're not playing any of those. We are playing Batman Arkham Asylum. This is the first game in the Batman Arkham series by Rocksteady Games, and is a lot of people's favourite. Is my favourite. I prefer Arkham City. A bit more open world feel to it. This one much more of a Metroidvania style game, but it does have the brilliant free flow combat of the Batman series, which has become well known. And also used in several of the Warner Brothers games, like the Shadow of Mordor series, and I couldn't quite get into it, but did manage to finish it and never want to play it again. Mad Max. So anyway, hope you're all having a great Halloween. You'll notice a pumpkin over there. The candles may go out at some point if the room catches fire and anybody is watching. If you wouldn't mind just popping something in the chat telling me the room is on fire, that would be most appreciated. Otherwise, we're going to have a bit of a go on Batman. And so we're going to start right from the start. I did sort of half begin a new game a while ago on this. But we're going to begin with an utterly fresh new one. Playing here on PC. The first time I've really played much of this, so I'm hoping it works alright, runs okay. We're going to choose normal difficulty. Isn't that difficult anyway, and I have finished this probably. I think this will be my third time playing it through. Let's just see how good it is. I'm going to get the intro sequence first. It is, as ever in Gotham City, a dark and stormy night. I don't know why Gotham's such a crime-ridden city with all this lovely, bright, sunny architecture. How could anything bad happen here? And this is about the only bit we get to see of Gotham City in this game, and marks the first and last time this game that we see this version of the Batmobile in the Arkham games. It is pretty cool version actually. This is a shame we don't get to see much more of it. The one that's in Arkham Knight is a very different design.
Stand back, fool! I've got a bomb. All right.
Here we are. Arkham Asylum. And this also looks nice, don't think? Nothing bad is going to happen here, that's for sure. What possibly could go wrong in such a lovely place like this?
Hey, Sharpie. Love what you've done with the place.
That's Warden shop to you. Bowles!
Yo, Frankie! How's the wife and kids? You miss me?
Shut it, clown! A lot of people here really want to talk to you.
There's Mark Hamill there as the voice of the Joker.
Not so tight, boys. You'll crease the suit.
Recently been watching the new He-Man Revelations, Master of the Universe Revelations, in which Mark Hamill plays Skeletor. He sounds just like he does in is the Joker.
Yes, sir. He's waiting for you down at patient handover. He got here just before you did.
Sharpie loves his cameras. Hey, Sharpie, you getting my good side? Ah, but heck, hurrah! Look at all this new security. How's a guy supposed to break out of here?
So this bit of the game, the intro bit, is very sort of foreshadowing.
Always nice to return.
Very on rails. We get the credits, main credits at the side there, which is a nice little touch, and basically we're just gonna find out.
Scan initializing.
You know what? I prefer the good old cavity search. Much more personal.
Got a red light. Multiple prohibited items.
That'll be me.
Joker searched again. It's not the patient. It's
Ooh, would you sneak in with your bats? Come on, tell me. Batarangs, bat claws, bat smacks.
scan is green on Joker.
Open the gate. Get him out of there. I want weapons on him at all times. Not let him out of your sight.
There'll be time enough for you later, Cash. Speaking of time, tick tock. Is that a crocodile I hear? What's up, Doc? Pencil me in for tomorrow at 4.
Somewhere in here, there's Killer Croc.
Catching up to do.
Keep behind me. Okay, he's clear.
Hello, new patient. This is Quincy Sharp, Warden of Arkham Asylum.
Ooh, it's my favorite show. I'm Warden, idiot. You'll never escape.
Psychiatric Evaluation and Rehabilitation Center for the Criminally Insane. Situated on a small island in the Gotham Bay, our team of psychiatrists and medical experts will stop at nothing to ensure that you are cured and fully rehabilitated.
Let's see a sort of few of the lovely inmates in here.
Wiring in these federal facilities is, well, it's shocking. My boys over there could have been hurt in that unfortunate...
Just gotta check your prisoner, Officer Bowles.
Whatever, just be quick.
Only following procedure. Patient seems to be in satisfactory condition. Looks like he suffered minor lacerations, probably in the last 2 hours. There seems to
I
be...
wonder where they could have come from.
Need to take my temperature? I'd be happy to drop my pants.
He's all yours. Get him out of here. He's good. Get the door open.
Alert in intensive treatment. Category 9 patient in transit. Pacification system active. Shoot to kill permissions granted.
I mean, nothing bad's gonna happen, is it? You can tell nothing bad is gonna happen.
lady. We got another psycho on the way.
Not just any other psycho, the psycho,
Smell
the
the
joke.
excitement in the air. No? Must have been one of the guards then. Croco boy! Is that you?
And there we have our first little glimpse of the really beautiful looking Killer Croc here.
Keep your weapons trained on it at all times.
He's nice, he's lovely. You can smell
What's it
that
doing?
now.
I've got your scent, Batman. I will hunt you down.
Luckily, he's got that.
Won't stop me from killing you, Batman. I'll rip you apart. Eat your bones.
Yeah, we definitely won't be seeing him later on in the game.
That reminds me, I really need to get me some new shoes.
Move up.
Let's just pop the Joker in there. Shall we go with him? Let's go with him.
How come they let Batman pass security?
I do like the fact that Arkham Asylum's actually got its own logo.
The night is young, Bats. I still have a trick or two up my sleeve. I mean, don't you think it's a little bit funny how a fire at Blackgate caused hundreds of my crew to be moved here?
It's a bit of a coincidence, I have to
I
say.
thought I told you to stay quiet.
Oh, Frankie, you really should learn to keep that fat mouth of yours shut. It'll get you into trouble.
Tell me something. You've never let me catch you this easily. What are you really after?
Oh, nothing much. Hundreds dying in pain and fear. All their meaningless lives brought to a horrifying conclusion.
Oh, just the usual
All
then.
thanks to you and a book of matches. Was that the answer you wanted?
All
No,
patients should avoid contact
really.
with prisoners from Blackgate Prison Facility. Their presence.
What's
Oh,
he doing?
look.
Stay where
Something
you are.
bad has happened.
Get a flashlight. Get a light on him.
Presence in our institution is temporary.
What? Don't you trust me?
Must not be
Our
approached.
guest has arrived.
Intensive treatment. Lower floors are now at level red alpha.
So, you're back.
I imagine level red alpha's pretty bad.
Busted out of
That's like 2 mega ninja
I'll
bad,
be sure
isn't
to
it?
try harder next time. What say we aim for 100?
Long night, Jim.
Joker invades City Hall and holds the mayor hostage, leaving it to me to juggle SWAT teams, the media, and you. Yeah, it's been a hell of a night.
Hopefully the last one we'll ever have with him.
Yeah, right.
Hold it there. Sorry, Batman. Arkham staff only.
I assure you, if anyone's qualified, it's...
Listen, I appreciate the assistance, but he'll unsettle the more violent inmates.
I think he's talking about you, Bats. Don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here. Gotta say, it's good to be back.
You okay?
He surrendered almost without a fight. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a
At
bit
least he's back where he
suspicious.
belongs.
Get up! Now!
Joker's loose. Alert the warden.
The joke's on you. Ta-da! Honey, I'm home.
Come on in.
Welcome to the madhouse, Batman. I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously. Now let's get this party started.
And there we go. So now, let's beat up somebody.
Interruption to your regular intake. Up until a few seconds ago, I was going to kill
Oh,
everyone in the
I
room.
just get hit
and then one car
in the
too.
first.
But then,
first
well,
go.
you know how I do love a captive audience. I'm just warming you up, Bats. Fresh from Blackgate Correctional Facility, with a combined sentence of 752 years. Ding, 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 ding. It's round 2.
Okay.
Sorry, Bats. Gotta run. I got places to go, people to slay.
Combat in this series is really good, really enjoyable. You kind of feel as if you're doing
The system's jammed. We're stuck.
a much better job at
Joker's
beating
in
people
full
than you
control of the
actually are.
security gates.
I'll find a way out. Gordon, try and contact the warden. Let him know what's happened. I'll be back.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Bats. I'm in control of the asylum. You're not going anywhere I don't want you to. Understand?
If you think I'll let you run...
Blah, blah, blah. Always with the hero speed. Ooh, I'm getting bored of watching you. Why don't you just come find me?
Well, again,
know it's a trap.
that's not suspicious.
Of course it is.
We've got our first few character bios unlocked. So, Police Commissioner James W. Gordon dedicated his career to cleaning up the corruption in the Gotham City Police Department, a goal he's come a long way towards accomplishing. He has been equally tough on crime and in the pursuit of making Gotham City safe for all its citizens. Gordon has forged an uneasy alliance with Gotham's other top crime fighter, the mysterious vigilante known as Batman. So one of the cool things I like about these little facts is it tells you sort of when they first appeared in the comic book history. So Gordon first appeared in Detective Comics number 27 in May 1939. So basically the first appearance of Batman, I believe that one. A couple of other ones here. So we got Batman. We all know the story of Batman, don't we? But when his parents were gunned down in front of him, young Bruce Wayne, he's Batman, really, resolved to rid Gotham City of the criminal element that took their lives. He trained extensively to achieve mental and physical perfection, in addition to mastering martial arts, detective techniques, and criminal psychology. Dressing as a bat to prey on criminals' fears, Batman fights crime with the aid of specialised gadgets and vehicles operating out of his secret Batcave below Wayne Manor. And yes, so his first appearance, Detective Comics number 27 back in May 1939. I do like the fact, occupation, CEO, philanthropist, just, that's what his job is. We got the Joker, an insanely homicidal supervillain. The Joker's white skin, green hair and blood-red lips belie the chaotic nature underlying his cartoonish appearance. The self-styled clown prince of crime has no superpowers beyond the capacity for incredible violence and the skill at creating deadly mayhem. He frequently concocts elaborate schemes to entrap his arch-nemesis Batman. So we first appeared in Batman number 1, the first comic sort of fully dedicated to Batman after his appearance in Detective Comics number 1 in spring of 1940. So that character is now 81 years old, which is astounding. And then we've got Quincy Sharp. He's been running Arkham Asylum for the past 3 years and has dedicated his life to restoring sanity, the so-called supervillains that plague Gotham City. I mean, that's not going to work, is it? I mean, you may as well dedicate your life to something more achievable. He's currently campaigning to become the next mayor of Gotham. To facilitate this campaign, he has instigated stringent new security and experimental research policies at Arkham. And his first appearance was in this very game, Batman Arkham Asylum, summer 2009, which is, oh God, I didn't realise the game was quite that old. So we're looking at 12 years old, this game. So we may this is interesting, isn't it? Note all the question marks. I wonder who could have been in this cell. So we'll get our chance to be entertained by the Riddler a little bit later on. So we can use our batarangs to whack these annoying little teeth things. See here, there's Quincy Sharp. Plays not an important role in this storyline, and indeed that of the next game, Arkham City. We'll find a little bit more out about him later on.
Everywhere that madman goes, death is sure to follow.
All patients should take their medication at the prescribed times each and every day.
Really,
Warning. Security breach in level B3.
one of the things they really
Security breach in level B2.
nailed in this game and its sequels was the kind of goth atmosphere, the kind of
Warning. Security breach in level B1.
neo-Gothic
Warning. Security
look and feel of
breach in
Gotham
level
City.
B6.
So the story to this is that Joker sort of set
Security
fire
breach in level
in
B4.
Blackgate Prison, and as a result,
Warning.
all of his
Security breach in
henchmen
level B3.
have kind of
Security breach in level B2.
escaped because they've been sort of
Warning.
put
Security
into
breach in
Arkham
level
Asylum,
B8.
and
Warning.
the Joker, with the help of Harley Quinn, has let them all out.
Over here.
Oracle, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's up?
Joker's escaped custody. He's running free in Arkham.
Do you need anything? Is my dad still there?
Commissioner Gordon is safe. Joker's not far ahead. I'll stay in contact.
So, Oracle is the daughter of Gotham City's police commissioner, James Gordon. Barbara Gordon was forbidden by her overprotective father from joining the GCPD. Instead, she took on the identity of Batgirl and was a crime-fighting partner of Batman for years. That all ended when the Joker shot her through the spine. Paralysed from the waist down and confined to a wheelchair, Barbara adopted the new identity of Oracle and now aids the Dark Knight with her computer expertise, providing Batman with a constant stream of information in the field to aid his battle against crime. And she first appeared as Barbara Gordon in Detective Comics number 359, January of 1967. So the series is set quite late into Batman's career. Certainly this one is. We do get to see Barbara as Batgirl in some of the DLC for Batman Arkham Knight. Let's go over here and chat to this guy.
What happened?
Joker happened. You're lucky to be alive.
He must have gone this way. Door's jammed. I'll try and get it open.
We need help in pacification. I repeat, we need backup in pacification. Can anyone hear this?
Can you hear me? I'm with Batman. Hello?
Where are they?
Back down there. Do you need help?
No. I work better alone.
Zaz is free! Oh god, he's got Mike!
Oh, Mike!
Franklin, can you hear me? If you can, help's on the way.
See if we can rescue Mike.
Let him go! You'll only end up in more trouble if you continue!
Thank God. It's Zaz. He's got Mike. He's strapped in the chair. Zaz has totally lost it.
Wait here.
You can't. He'll kill Mike if he sees anyone trying to get close.
He won't see me.
There's Victor Zaz.
Anything that looks even a little bit like a bat, and this guard dies. Do you hear me? Look at the pig eye.
So we've got to find a way, basically, to get around Zaz and get him without him noticing. Otherwise, the guard dies, and we fail the game. So, as you can probably guess from the fact that this is right at the very start of the game, this isn't going to be too difficult to do. It's basically a little bit of a tutorial section for us.
Zaz has got my buddy. He's gonna fry him. Do something, please.
Keep him occupied. I need to get behind him.
So Victor Zaz, a true sociopath, Zaz grew up in a life of ease but nonetheless became a serial killer. Indiscriminate in his prey, body count is the only thing that matters to Zaz. He takes pleasure in arranging the corpses of his victims in lifelike poses before carving a mark for each of his victims into his own body. He's saving a special spot for Batman. I don't want to ask what that special spot is, to be honest. I'm sure it's somewhere nice. He's quite a late villain in the Batman series. I can tell really by his sort of very grim, dark backdrop and so forth. very much a child of the late 80s, 90s sort of comic reimagining. So he comes from June 1992 in Batman Shadow of the Bat, when back in the days when comics grew up a bit.
I've got to get close enough to Zaz to strike.
He'll see me coming on the ground, so I'll stay up high.
So this is our introduction to Detective
These
Mode.
old gargoyles should be able to support my weight if I grapple up to them.
So Detective Mode is basically the Bat superpower Batman's got. It's basically so overpowered, but it's so really cool, and has been mimicked from this game in countless other ones, from Assassin's Creed through, as I said earlier, the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War series. Almost every game you can think of that's a third-person action adventure these days seems to have some kind of variant on Detective Mode. And all we need to do here, I believe, is just to whack Zaz in the back.
Zaz is down, but not for long.
And do a ground takedown, like that.
Someone put this animal back in his cell.
Can you hear me? Is this thing on? Oh, hi,
There's Harley Quinn and her breasts.
Quinn here. How do you like my new uniform? Pretty hot, huh? Oh, I got something to show you. 1 second, B-Man. I'm now subbing for the old man. Old Sharp has never been happier. In case you ain't figured it out, today is the Joker's big homecoming, and you're the guest of honor.
You have one chance to surrender, Quinn.
Tempting, Beth, but no dice. Now the inmates are running the asylum. Well, technically the Joker's goons shipped in from Blackgate, but you get the idea. Bye-bye for now.
By Harley. We'll be seeing her again later on as well. So, an Arkham Asylum psychiatrist assigned to treat the Joker, Dr. Harley Quinzel, see what they did there, instead became obsessively fixated on her patient, believing herself to be in love with him. She helped him escape confinement and took on her own criminal identity as Harley Quinn. Quinn is a violent and unpredictable felon whose only motivation, beyond general mayhem, is achieving the Joker's approval. Because of his cruel and mercurial nature, this in some ways makes her just another one of his victims, albeit a very dangerous one. It's got her first appearance in Batman Harley Quinn #1 in October 1999, but as I believe, that's her first comic appearance. She originated, I think, in Batman the Animated Series from the early to mid 90s, which is a brilliant series, well worth a watch.
Oracle, I'm here.
Arkham Asylum just vanished off the network.
He's in control of the security system. He's probably isolated it from the grid.
That's not all he's done. All police feeds are reporting he's placed bombs all over Gotham. Says he'll detonate them if anyone sets foot on Arkham Island. It's being suppressed at the moment, but the story will break any time now.
He's lying. It's just a diversion to keep people away.
How do you know?
I know him.
The room's locked down. I can't open the gate. I'm trapped in here.
Try the radio. Control should be able to shut down the gate.
Harley thinks she has me trapped in this chamber. She never was very bright.
He's like half the animals in this place. Locking them up is too good for him.
A lot of the voices for this game, well, certainly Batman, played by Kevin Conroy in here, and the Joker, played by Mark Hamill, they originated in Batman the Animated Series. We're basically just going to open this grate here. We'll be doing a lot of grate opening in this game. I always like the fact that Batman kind of rips the grate off and then carefully places it next to the hole.
Batman, I'm patching you into the guard radio feed.
Steve, more Blackgate prisoners. By the boiler. Who's that behind them? Oh my god, it's Joker. He's free! How'd he break out?
Sorry, feed's down. Comm Alarms are up and down like crazy. It's not good. I'll keep trying.
So this thing in front of us here is the first of one of the things we'll come to hate over the course of the Arkham games. It's a Riddler Trophy, and we shall pick it up. So the Riddler, with an obsessive-compulsive need for attention, Edward Nygma is determined to be the most outlandish of Gotham City's criminals, concocting an elaborate series of clues and riddles around his crimes. Batman has proven a worthy opponent capable of deducing the Riddler's plans, but Nygma is dedicated to creating a mystery the Dark Knight will not be able to solve in time. He'll never do it. His first appearance was in Detective Comics number 140 back in 1948. So we'll hear a bit more from the Riddler later on. Don't quite know at the moment why we've picked up that trophy, but it'll become obvious later. I can't remember if in this game there's any reason for me whacking the things other than.
No, you don't, Mr. B-Man. We're in control now.
So there's a lot of sort of gating of the levels in here. There's some brilliant stuff that happens in this game. Oh dear.
Damn it! They're trapped in there.
Warning, decontamination. Area sealed.
What is that stuff?
Joker toxin. Listen, the room is full of poison gas. Anyone caught in there is dead.
Are you gonna get in there and help them, Batman?
Well, of course I am, because I'm Batman. So we'll grapple up here, and then hey, look, it's another great. Despite the I don't think there's actually a time limit on this. I could spend about
This isn't a simple escape attempt. Joker's
an hour doing this.
Over here, please.
You're gonna be fine. Stay here.
Batman's here. Just hold on a little longer, Steve. I can't. I'm gonna fall.
Where's Steve? Oh, there he is.
I'm going after the
Get to
animal
revenge.
who did this.
Batman, the extraction system. Steve was trying to get to the control panel at the end of the room.
So again, this bit's just really a tutorial where it's just teaching us the basic controls.
Son of a...
Don't think we want any information out of him. We'll just whack him. So we basically got to get these fans started. So whack that with a batarang, and the extraction fans come on. One of the best things about this first game, actually, in comparison to some of the later games, is that you start off with hardly any gadgets, which is a bit unrealistic. Well, I say unrealistic, it is about a guy dressed as a giant bat walking around, but you only have to start off with the batarang and nothing else. We get the other equipment later on in the game, which is why this one's more of a Metroidvania game. You do get equipment in the later games as well, but you will start off with pretty much all of the stuff you get in Arkham Asylum, I believe. So just have a quick look around. It doesn't look very nice, does it? I mean, it's not.
You there? Hello. If anyone is on this channel, please respond. We are trapped. We need help.
Probably going the wrong way here. can't actually remember what I'm meant to be doing, but maybe let's go through this. Go this way. See the cancer Joker toxin.
What are you waiting for? So close, you can almost taste it.
You used to playing some of the later games in the series. The combat in this one does seem very sort of straightforward because there's not much to do. There's not a lot of sort of backtracking in this though. We'll basically be following for the moment the signs the Joker's very helpfully put on the floor for us. So we'll go through here and we're basically going towards this bit.
What took you so long?
There's no escape, Joker. I will find you.
Oh, I'm counting on it. Just not yet.
And here's our first introduction to one of the Titans. So it's not been mentioned yet, but the sort of Titan Titan form becomes quite important in this. Oh. Can't quite remember what I have to do. Oh. I'm not gonna get killed by this guy. I think what I have to do is whack him as he's coming towards me. Oh, no I don't. Oh, I just have to not die, that's right.
Well, that was unexpected, wasn't it? Well, note to self, need stronger test subjects. Seeing as how I'm feeling generous, I'll give you this one for free. Knock me off, I dare you. End this. Pull the plug. Stop me once and for all.
And of course, Batman can't do it because he's the hero.
Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I have a party to organize. I've got guests flying in from all over Arkham. You'll see.
Quick, get in here before more of them come.
So, we've unlocked our first upgrade. As we gain more XP in the game, we can basically level up, and we can choose which of these we want to upgrade. I think we are going to go for critical combo strikes, which is quintessential one. I can't always manage to time them right, but it is a good one to do if you can make it.
Batman, I'm over here. They came out of nowhere. I dragged Jerry in here, powered up the gate. Must have passed out.
Joker went through that door. What's on the other side?
We call it extreme isolation. Only way in is via the transport system.
Open it.
Not a problem. I'll just need to call another cell. Okay. Something's wrong here. The main security loop is locked.
Having a little trouble up there?
Joker.
You're expecting maybe Two-Face?
There's no escape, Joker.
Silly bat! I don't
want to escape? I'm having way too much fun. I even have you here to keep a smile on my face.
Not for long.
Really? We'll see. Ta-ta! Oh, I forgot to say. Just in case you were planning on following me, I've arranged a little insurance. Gordon is on his way to Harley as we speak.
Officer Bowles.
If I see you trying to follow me, he dies. Harley's looking forward to it. Maybe I'll film it and post it on the internet.
The transport system is down. Best I can do is open the door you came in. Sorry.
I should go back to the holding cells. Bowles wasn't too smart. He'll have left a trail.
So, we're going to get our first sort of backtracking bit here. So basically we've got to go back up through this bit of the game. We'll be looking at the map a lot in this game as well.
Batman, what's happening?
Joker's escaped. He sealed himself off. He's got your father.
Dad.
Don't worry, I'm getting him back.
Okay, I know, but...
Oracle, I'm getting him back. Joker will not win. I won't let him. I'm starting where he was taken. A guard named Frank Bowles attacked him. If I find Frank, I'll find your father.
Bruce, hurry, please.
So, Frank Bowles, he's been working at Arkham for 8 years, twice been suspended for drinking on the job, and regularly holds poker evenings in the guard rooms. Frank is desperate to be top dog at Arkham. He fails to recognise he's considered untrustworthy and generally disliked. And he also is an original character in this game. So we're going to go back to the holding cells, which, you know, we can either find on the map, or we can follow the very handily placed signs.
I bet you're wondering how I did it. Was it a clue the great detective missed? Now, me and Frankie go way back. I got him out of the spotted father a few years ago. So when I need security codes or an old man to be clubbed to the ground, I know just the man to ask.
Has a way with words. Let's have a look in here. Anything in here worth noting? No. Oh, hang on. What's that? Iceberg Lounge, Gotham City, Oswald Cobble. Penguin, who does not appear in this game.
Look at it. Not the big man anymore. Man, he never stood a chance.
He's here! Gotta stick to...
I'm going to go come through to here.
Oracle,
Can
I'm at the
hold
holding
themselves.
cells. I'm setting up a crime scene.
So what's the plan? Isolate something in that room unique to Bowles?
Exactly.
So, we basically have to do a little bit of detecting here as the world's
Bowles
greatest
dropped his
detective.
flask. Sloppy. Let's see what the forensic scanner picks up. I can follow traces of alcohol from Frank's bourbon in the atmosphere.
Oracle, I've got a trail.
That's great. You follow it. I'm grabbing every reference to Arkham I can find. Maybe useful later.
So, we are basically now going to follow.
There's the extractor control point. A well-aimed batarang should power it up.
to follow these things now. I think I can go that way. Presumably I have to go this way. I think rather confusing was the fact that Batman was commenting there on the extractor control point that I hit about 15 minutes ago. For now, we are basically following these meant to be sort of fumes, alcohol, tobacco fumes in the air. Which are leading us towards Mr. Bowles.
Be quiet.
What's going on?
B-Man. Mr. J doesn't want you following us just yet.
Uh-oh. She doesn't know Batman very well, does
Gordon
she?
was taken up to the surface in the elevator. If I want to follow them, I'll need to do this the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way being zip lining up. So we're doing some shimmy.
Hey, Babs! I know you can hear me. I got a little something for you to listen to. Harley and Frank are clearly out of the building with the old man. How are they going to get past all those guards? Let's have a listen, shall we?
Hey, Frank, where you been? Joker's got more men on the way. They're coming around the front of the asylum. Gotta stop them getting in. Quick, get over there. Yeah, come on, everyone. Cover the entrance.
How many are there, Bowles? Wait, hang on. How the hell do you know what... Bowles! Frank, what are you doing? No, put it down!
Frank, what the hell? Quinn, it's clear. Get your ass in here.
It's some piece of work, Frankie. Girls could fall for someone like you.
Stop flirting with a hired help, Harley.
Don't worry, sweetie. You know I only have eyes for you.
Did you hear that, Bats? Sounds like Frankie's working out just fine. Another valuable employee for the organization.
Warning. Multiple security breaches on level A4.
There was a grapple point there, wasn't there?
Warning. All
Magically appeared
patients
and
should remain
disappeared.
still and place their hands upon their heads. Failure to comply could
Where's it
result in
gone?
action that could lead to injury or loss of life.
Didn't want to do that. Do some more shimmy.
Warning. Multiple security breaches on level B4. Warning. Multiple security breaches on level A6.
Basically a lot of security breaches. We're just about to our first Chronicle of Arkham.
I am the spirit of Amadeus Arkham. Through my actions, I have saved this cursed city, though my own curse is to forever remain in the shadows. My story is carved into the very soul of Arkham, and will only be revealed to those dedicated enough to discover it.
So, basically there's 24 messages hidden around Arkham Asylum, which go to tell the story of the spirit of Arkham. I don't actually manage to find them all in this.
Joker was right. This is easy. Bring it home. They don't stand a chance.
Don't let him hit you, you idiot! Is he okay?
Batman, how's it going? Any sign of Dad?
Not yet, but I'm getting close. Harley Quinn tried to slow me down, dropped an elevator on me.
Did it work?
Of course not. I'll get back to you when I reach the end of the trail.
So we can't go through there. We can, however, go through this handily placed other group. Good job when they designed this place. They put a lot of these in, otherwise Batman would
I got a kid. You don't have to.
Right. I don't have to. I just want to. Okay, boss says no one gets past. Anything moves, shoot it.
You got it. Anyone coming this way is dead.
Oracle, Joker's men have taken control of the cell block transfer corridor.
That's not good. I patched into a guard radio. It sounds like Joker's crew have got their hands on weapons.
I know. I'll calibrate the Cowl's vision mode to isolate armed henchmen. The direct approach is suicide. You need to be smart. Find a different way past them.
So, this is our first sort of predator encounter. So, what we can do here is we basically sneak up behind them and do a silent takedown. Good job none of these guys are going to actually get a turn around whilst I'm doing this. All just staring to the front. They've all got very bad peripheral vision. I mean, there's no way surely that guy there can't actually see me. But never mind, because he's going to be forgotten in a second. This Batman doesn't actually kill any of them. He just puts them to sleep. Violently.
No problem, boss. The boys are just finishing off. The Arkham chumps never stood a chance.
Well, good. Our friendly neighborhood rodent is on his way. You need to set a trap. He must not leave this building. Do you understand me?
Yes, boss. But the bat is as good as dead.
I hope you keep your promises, boy. I'd hate to have to go and punish your family just to teach you a lesson. And I can promise you, they won't be laughing.
But Joker!
Yeah, but just do it and have fun. I know I will.
I wonder if you can actually see me crouching here. and he knows Batman is behind that guy. Probably does, to be honest.
Oh, look who it is! Are your pointy ears burning? I suppose I'd better warn my boys you're on the way.
Password is like.
Maybe I won't. It'll be a nice surprise.
Joker here with a quick update on what's new in the asylum. Some idiot is running around the asylum dressed like a bat. I know! Crazy! Stop him before he gets someone hurt.
Again,
Really, it's for his own good.
this guy, no peripheral vision whatsoever.
He doesn't stand a chance. Not a chance.
So we basically have to get these goons without being seen, and if you can do it without being spotted at all, you do get a sort of bonus for doing it. I think we've only got one more here anyway, because this is one of the very first ones, so it's not too difficult. They do get much more difficult later on and become almost like sort of puzzle elements in the game, to be honest.
Did you really think it was going to be that easy, Bats? I've sent a few more of my boys your way. Let's see how you deal with these odds.
And then later games they introduce much more sort of mechanics into it.
Joker wants him found. Spread out.
He could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere, but he's a pull for you. Looking to get you.
Come on, boys, he's just one man. One man dressed like a lunatic and on the team. Go get him!
Where is he?
So, how many have we got? We got 3, and this is where you basically spend most of these encounters in detective mode, because it's just 1,001 times easier to do. I'm not sure if we've actually got the takedown maneuver yet.
He's nothing. Not even sure he's real. I mean, I've seen loads of people dressed up in my time, but who knows? Even one of you could be the Batman.
One of the power upgrades is to get like a sort of takedown thing that you can do when you're up on the gargoyles. I think that's in this game. It's certainly in the sequels if it isn't in this one. Well, we haven't got it at the moment, which means we're basically having to do this the hard way.
Don't worry, boys. You can do it. He doesn't stand a chance.
Oh, he did spot me. So Batman can't actually take many hits from guns. I shouldn't have done the glide kick thing on him. But this guy's the only one left now, so it's fine to do that on him. Now we just whack him, and he's got it.
Oh, boo! You win again, Bat. Well, favorite. I'll get you next time.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. I did notice a tape recording was being highlighted somewhere in this, I think. Can't quite remember exactly where it was now. Something which was being flagged up to me. Oh, here we are.
Harleen Quinzel?
Call me Harley. Everyone does.
I'm surprised you want to intern here at Arkham.
I've always had a thing for extreme personalities. You can't deny there's an element of glamour to these super criminals.
I'll warn you right now. These are hardcore psychotics. Most would rather kill you than speak to you.
I'm sure I'll be fine, Doctor.
They'll eat you for breakfast. I mean it. One or two of them will enjoy it too. Be careful.
Bit of Harley Quinn there before she became Harley Quinn. And we got another upgrade. So, okay, so this is the inverted takedown that I was on about before. So we're going to take that. We would have made that encounter a bit easier if we'd had it before, actually. So. So, where do we want to go? I guess we're going over there.
Joker must have figured out how I was tracking Gordon. Officer Bowles' trail stops here.
And indeed, most of Officer Bowles. Quite sort of macabre like this game, actually. Very much sort of in the darker style of Batman. Oh, he's the Riddler.
Yes, it is I, Edward Nigma, the Riddler, and more importantly, your intellectual superior. My genius has allowed me to easily hack into your primitive communications. My goal is simple. You complete a series of amusingly taxing challenges and, well, you'll see. Ready for your first one? Good. But be careful. Don't cut yourself on this sharply observed portrait.
Well, I think we can win this one out. And it is a mandatory one, this one actually. Everything else is optional, but this one is mandatory.
I would have expected a child to work that one out, let alone the world's greatest detective.
And instantly we get
I, Edward Nigma, have placed a dazzling selection of challenges and puzzles around
loads of these Riddler trophies to
Will
get.
you find all my trophies? Are you ready to give up? Your puny mind is no match for my own.
So basically there's 240 of these Riddler challenges in the game. Some of them are things like this one, smashing Joker teeth, getting the first Chronicle of Arkham, and then some of them are the Riddler trophies that we've seen before. So I think anything in white we have.
A puzzle has many sides, but only some are visible.
Over here! It was a massacre. Bowles came walking in telling everyone to cover the front entrance. Said something about Joker's army coming through the main gate. Two of my guys moved to the exit, and Frank shot him dead. They never stood a chance.
Was Bowles alone?
Thought he was. Then I saw Harley Quinn. She was surrounded by Blackgate prisoners. They were just killing everyone in the room. I had no choice. I got in here, locked the door. I could see it on the security feed. They had someone with them. It looked like the commissioner.
Bowles is dead. They carried on without him. Must have outlived his usefulness.
Good. He was scum.
Yeah, he was scum. So, I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break, and I shall be right back. And we're back.
I'll look after Maria. I promise.
Right, so where do we go now? Probably just going to play this for another 15 minutes or so. Can't quite remember which way I need to go now. Let's have a look at the map. I think we have to go this way. So we basically need to get out of the asylum, out of this bit of the asylum, and into the big wide world. So there's a riddle in here. They appear on the screen. You don't know jack about Gordon or whatever that was. You don't know jack about Gordon. Tune in to find out. You can hear a radio playing.
We apologize for this interruption to our regular broadcast. Jack Ryder is live from the Gotham Bay area with some breaking news.
This is Jack Ryder with breaking news in the Gotham Bay. We are getting reports of an armed siege on Arkham Island. 2 minutes ago, Joker broadcast to all news channels this chilling message.
Greetings, Gotham. This is the voice of your new master. Oh, hang on. I skipped a bit. Joker here. I'm in control of Arkham Island, and you can all consider it out of bounds.
So Jack Ryder's basically the shock jock in the Batman world.
Don't get too full of yourself, Dark Knight. It only gets harder from here.
So he's an investigative reporter turned controversial talk show host, well known for his aggressive manner and his determination to get to the truth. What his viewers don't realise is he's also the creeper, a garishly coloured vigilante who Ryder can with effort turn into at will, although at the point the creeper's manic personality takes over. The creeper is usually on the side of good and barely on the side of sanity. We see Jack Ryder in the series later on. I don't think we get to see the creeper at all, but his first appearance was in Showcase 73 back in March 1968. Another convenient place grill for us here to snap off. That one he was a bit slightly more violent with. Just kick that on. So we are now out of the main bit of the asylum, and we get this little bit of a reveal of the game world. See Wayne Enterprises in the distance, and an absolutely giant moon. And in a way, this is kind of the start of the game proper. Everything else we've done up to this point is basically a little bit of a tutorial. You can see here various different bits and pieces going on. And I think at that point we're going to end our Arkham Asylum run. What I think we're going to do now is we are going to pop across and actually play some carry on with our Dragon Age Inquisition run that we were doing the other night. So I haven't actually played too much more of it since I got to the point I was at the other day. Need to wait 5 seconds whilst the computer decides it wants to load in Origin for us. And then we can make a start on the game. Change the title in the category. We're just going to have 15-20 minutes just on this, just to get us a little bit further into this, into the fade. So basically, we got to the point where we was trapped in the fade, following on from the slightly disastrous attack on the Grey Warden fortress, and what we basically got is we got Divine Justinia, who may or may not have been the actual Divine Justinia, probably wasn't, and we got to recover our memories, which apparently we lost when we were in here before. So we had some demons to kill, which we've killed. And we're just regaining our memories of what happened basically right at the start of the game. We couldn't quite remember what had happened to us before, but now we'll get basically, this is what happened when we walked into the room. So the Grey Wardens were there. And there's us, accidentally walking into the room. And that sort of act of happenstance set in motion the events of the rest of the game. Well, yep. Basically. It's nice of her. It's interesting how they basically, the Grey Wardens become bad guys in this to an extent. A letter written in a shaking hand. Son, by the time you read this, the darkspawn poison will have claimed me. We gave it all at Starkhaven, and we bought time for the wardens to slay the archdemon. But when I smelled the corruption in my wound, I knew I would not live to see you again. Fyrus will want men to search the battlefield. He sees Starkhaven as rising to greatness, and the weapons of 100 dead Grey Wardens lying unclaimed on the ground will help him conquer the free marches. You must refuse. The battlefield is soaked in poison, and no speech, no bullying, no taunts about cowardice can change that. Anything that roams that battlefield now will die. Stall him however you must, and watch for the crows. Those birds have the good sense to fear the blight. When you see them gather, then you will know that the poison is gone, and it is safe to search a battlefield for trinkets to satisfy Fyrus. I will not be here to guide you, son. So you must learn from the crows. They watch patiently, and they let their fear keep them alive. Please, I beg you, watch the crows and do the same. Okay, interesting. Interesting. He had a very good voice in. Young Richard Burton. Some flowers. The claws of Duma. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, like a great statue, and great spikes jut out from its length, hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claw of Duma, and says that the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praised it, as was expected, and Master smiled. It was good to see him smile again. He's been fearful of late, vexed by the loss of followers. He has met with the other priests, and in secret. I have heard them discussing ways to return the people of Tevinter to the ways of the old gods, as is only just. He spoke to me later in the day and asked that I call him Corypheus, as it was the name that he would take for himself after a ritual. Master, now Corypheus, told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade, and that in order to carry out the will of Duma, he would need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Corypheus told me to gather all of the elven servants and bring them to the western hall of our home at midnight. I mean, nothing good's going to come from that, is it? That is the hall where the Claw of Duma is now kept. There are shackles across the top of the great altar and pools lined with runes beneath the claws. I have sent my wife and children away, but have not warned the others. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we'd only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Master once laughed and joked. He could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear has changed him. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer where he uses blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices of his dreams. It's almost midnight. The claw of Duma, great and spiked and merciless, is all my mind can see. I must gather the others. My family is safe. Corypheus will take me, but not those I love. Will somehow preserved in blood at the statue's base. So that's interesting little bit of tidbit into Corypheus before he became, you know, absolute crazy bonkers man. I don't know what this is here. The Freeholder. I watched the blight take my land. I had nowhere to go. I tended the fields as I had, even as my flock died and my family sickened, my body racked by pains and chills. I saw too late the poison that had crept into the land. In my fever dreams, the sickness covered this whole world, and I wept in fear for the family I killed as my foolish pride. Show me that this world survives. Show me that the poison does not take everything. So we're basically giving those flowers. And we get an extra point of constitution. I don't know what on earth that's meant to be. It's not exactly very pretty though. Quite see which way I need to go. Always in these Dragon Age games, a fade is very easy to get lost in. Particularly if, like me, your sense of direction is utterly appalling. Was this the way I came already, was it? I think it may have been. Yes. I need to go back on myself. Managed to put a look on the map somehow, utterly by accident. Need to go up here and then up the other steps, and then hopefully we will be somewhere new. I don't know what the difference between shadowed viridian crystal and regular viridian crystal is, but never mind. Broken. I think this is meant to be. I'm guessing it's meant to be one of the Illuvians that we found in Dragon Age 2. They're not mentioned as such at this point. They're kind of elven mirrors. Well, they look like giant spider things to me. But not very pretty, whatever they are. What do we get from them? Spider fangs. They can do anything a spider can, or something like that. Where to go? Okay. Well, it looks like a man with a big green flame coming off his head. It's like Ghost Rider. Excerpt from a journal. They think they own us, think they do decide whether we live or die. They sit there smug in their armour, ready to cut off our heads for the slightest transgression, as though we don't strive every day to stay sane, to keep the demons away. They can't control us any longer. I won't go back to the circle, not ever. I thought about it last night, being back in the tower, their eyes on me, and all of it came back, all the years, head down, don't clench your fingers, be a good mage, be a quiet mage. And I realised I don't want to make peace with the Templars. I want them to burn. I want it so badly that the bed caught fire and wouldn't go out until Yvonne iced it all over. It's still there inside me. I want them to feel the fear they made me feel. I want them to know what it's like. We're leaving for the conclave in a few hours. If those bastards so much as blink the wrong way, I'll let them see what an apostate looks like. Oh, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Well, that wasn't very nice, was it? Bit of foreshadowing there. A bit of foreshadowing. I was kind of slightly more expecting that, given that. Nope, another one over there. Pitch bubbles. Well, the pumpkin hasn't caught fire yet, which is good. House remains unburnt to the ground, which is always an improvement on being burnt to the ground. There doesn't seem to be much there. I was expecting something else. I don't quite know what the point of that was. Oh, some more bad guys here. Yeah, jackass. I have you know, I'm only partially afoot. That's a pretty architecture. Some of this wouldn't look out of place in Gotham City, it has to be said. Good bit of a callback there to the possible states of Dragon Age 2 in my last playthrough of Dragon Age 2, on which this is based. My character romanced Fenris, so he was mentioned there to Hawk. kind of wish I had romanced Fenris in it, actually, because he was a bit of a jackass. But he has got a very cool voice, with the voice actor being the same guy who was Balthier in Final Fantasy XII. The Birth of Fear, an elegant script. You are too young to worry so, my child. Write your worries down here. All your fears are smaller once you have defined them. Listed in a child's shaky hand. What if the Darkspawn come back? Father said one day he'll die. Darkspawn underground. Darkspawn under our house. Darkspawn coming up from basement. The sun will die. Black bits on bread could be blight. Getting sick and dying from blight. Grey Warden's coming to make Father go back. Father dying, fighting Darkspawn. Dark patch on Father's arm that he hides from Mother. Father says he hears music from a letter lying near a cluster of spider eggs. Anyway, see, the music is a calling that the Grey Wardens have when they're ready to die, which the fake calling is what Corypheus is used in this game to basically sort of corrupt the minds of the Grey Wardens. We'll just stock up on some potions at this point. Sells a supply cache there. I'll chat. Oh, I didn't actually mean to do that. I wanted to talk a bit more to Divine just in here. Oh, I need to kill these bad guys first, so I suppose. Luckily, they're not very tough. Can I not talk to her now? Oh, that's annoying. She seems to be turning to me, but not letting me have a conversation with her. Oh, irritating. Keep on running, keep on hiding. Another memories. So again, this is kind of how the start of the game was, and kind of fills in a little bit of the backstory as to how the Inquisitor escaped in the first place. got a cool hat on there. A lot more glowy now. Glowy's always good, right? Yep. Oh look, horny giant spider things. Time to kick some ass then, I suppose. I was expecting that fight to be slightly harder, given that there was a cut scene at the start of it, but it wasn't. So, the Grey Warden. I joined the Wardens to serve in glory. No blade could touch me, nor any claw pierce my armour. Still, I was fated by joining to die. Alone in the deep roads, a calling in my mind, I sat by the last campfire I would see, allowing myself one last night of terror, and cursed the fate that brought me here. Let it be my choice to have served and died. Let it be my nobility rather than the dread hand of fate. Destroy my destiny, and let this be my decision. Okay, there'll be something round here then that we have to do. I think if it's like the others, basically we get a little investigation thing where the map starts to twinkle. So we just have to keep an eye out for that. Oh, there's a letter here. Letter in a child's simple writing. The door is open. Mother said to run. She said the dark spawn were coming. She wanted me to go. The door is open. It was closed when I left. She said she would be right behind me. She said not to come back, no matter what. The lamps are lit all over the village even during the day, to see through the smoke. Mother should be here by now, but the door is open. I'm going to look inside. I mean, that sounds like a bad idea, doesn't it, really? But never mind. Just see. Okay, so right, so you can see here that the thing's glowing. So there's something over here. I mean, he is a bit annoying, isn't he? I have to say. Tarot card. So we basically go over here. And so we got an extra point of strength. Possibly Illuvian mirrors, not quite sure. Gives us willpower.
So if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
Apologies, I just realised the desktop audio has been muted for ages. Probably since I started the game, actually. To any of the cool stuff that the characters have been saying. Should we go up? Let's go up. I'm beginning to wonder if we should have gone down.
It feeds on our fear. Let it go hungry tonight.
For the Maker!
I mean, he is big, isn't he? Oh, that's not good, that's not good. I use me super duper turbo spell. I've got one of them. Just yet. I don't think any of the other characters have got good potions, which is a bit of a shame. None of us seem to want to use them anyway. Memories etched in stone and blood. I made the expected offerings this morning, but the gods remain silent. The priests are all frightened. All of Tevinter is frightened. Our gods have led our people for centuries. Now they have gone still. Are we alone here in this world, no better than the savages to the south who beg for guidance from spirits? And what of the strange creatures who come from underground, like our friends the dwarves? These spawns of the darkness and the plague they carry. Why do our gods not protect us from this? Now the ground shakes. The statue cuts my hand as I fall against it. A great roar sounds. It is massive, shaking the temple market, and I see the silhouette cut the sky. It is the dragon. No, it is Dumas. I have made the offering so many times. He has returned in... Sorry. His form is as familiar as my own hand. He has returned in glory to destroy these darkspawn that threaten us, to lead Tevinter back to an age of glory and wonder. But no, his scales are sickly and mottled, his form twisted and corrupt, like the darkspawn themselves. He opens his great maw, and fire billows forth, igniting the market. The flames rush towards me. What did we do wrong? Memories somehow caught in the blood on an ancient Tevinter statue. It's quite good actually, because you get to see a little bit of the history. We've got a stuffed animal there. So we got a small child here. Haven is burned. Mama cries when I'm not looking. It's cold and the mountains at my feet hurt. But Mama says to hush, that others have it worse. She says a monster named Corypheus came to Haven, and it was only the Maker's blessing that let us escape. I don't feel blessed. The monsters come every night when I sleep, and I don't want to wake Mama crying again. I miss Sir Snort. Sir Snort always kept the monsters away in my dreams. Get an extra point of willpower there, which is most exciting. So I think we might just backtrack and go back down to... Oh, what's that? I might just go back down to the bit we were... So, what is that? Oh, I don't know what this is. This is another one of those puzzles which I have to basically just press things in what I assume to be a random order until I get it right, which is a little bit annoying. It's not that one. Sometimes with these things there's a clue, sometimes there isn't. Sometimes with all these people kind of moving about. Right, I've got one or two chances here to get this one. Oh, and somehow I managed to get it right. So we've got the Magister's, which is a superb Ring of Sundering, which I think we are probably going to... I think we will give that to... Sarah. I'd give it to Blackwall, but he's not going to be in my party much longer after this level, to be honest. Because he gets on my nerves. He looks very boring. You can romance him. I can't imagine ever wanting to romance Blackwall in this game. He is just dull. Good beard though. He has got a good beard.
Ground should be down. Sky should be high. Figure it out, Fade.
Sarah, on the other hand, is great. The laws of nature in the Fade. It's simple to say that the laws of nature do not apply in the Fade, but while travelling in the Fade is often confusing for mages, it is rarely so chaotic as to defy description. In fact, while the placement of items may seem random, these items usually operate as what we would expect them to in the real world. A book opens to show pages, although the pages may be blank or lined with gibberish. A pen and inkwell let a user write, though the pen may write on its own, and the inkwell never runs dry. Those items that float usually hover at the relative height where they would have sat had the objects meant to support them existed. Candles suspended in the air as though held by a phantom candlestick, for example. Why are the laws of the Maker bent but not fully broken? Why does a book not turn into a dragon or a statue explode into countless shards of energy? The answer, I believe, lies in the fact that the items we see in the Fade were most often made by the hands of men. A statue is a created thing. The mortal hands that shaped it give it purpose, and it knows what it's meant to do. The objects that strain against the laws of nature are ironically those that are more natural themselves. Great stones, for example, hang in the sky. No hand has ever touched them, no mortal mind shaped them to purpose. I suspect, though we may never know, that if dwarves dreamt and shaped the Fade with their own perceptions, the rocks would not float. For the Shape of the Fade by enchanter Phineas Aserethan, if indeed that is how you pronounce it. I have no idea whether it is or not. Right. These terrors are a real pain in the butt with their annoying ability to just appear from nowhere. Oh. Level 14. Oh, that's quite good actually, because it would appear that when I level up, my whole party gets healed. I just didn't realise. That's good, isn't it? So I think got a point to spare. We can use Resurgence, which basically gives us regeneration power. Draw back the energy. Release by your enemies and these attacks against an unsuccessful attempt. Attack strengthens your barrier. The more damage you do, the more powerful your barrier grows. I think we're going to go for that one. Basically a recharging shield, which is one of the best bits of the Knight Enchanter class. A boat over there for reasons. This was not a place of honour. Here came beasts from the north, carrying a poison called the Blight. They killed many warriors and sickened the land, and even their blood could kill. We feared them, and it was right. We were strong, but still they came to feed upon our screams. These stones hold the screams of the Alamari. Wherever the spawn of darkness have come, their stones were raised, so that beasts may take their bounty of fear and depart. If they did not, every man would put his screams into the stone until none were left inside them. Then he would light the fire to burn the screams away, and take up sword and shield to fight until death came. When all the men were dead, the women did the same, whether it was the tradition of the tribe or not. Then the children, even if they were all howled with fire. Then the children, even if they all howled, if all they get there eventually, even if all they held were fire pit sticks. Remember our warning. Give the stone your screams. Burn them so that they cannot master you, and fight. Runes etched near the base of the screaming statue. I think we're coming up here to our final
It's hard to trust my footing in this place.
yeah, the scholar. When the Darkspawn were new, when the Magistrates had just brought them to our world with their sin, I was among the first to call myself a Grey Warden and swear to end the blight that threatened our world. We had seen the Archdemon die from mortal blows, only to rise again from the body of one of its servants. It could not die. I searched in vain for some way to kill the beast and save my world. I slept in fear with no solution, knowing only that the blight that the Magistrate had brought would destroy everything because I could not save it. Show me what must be done to slay the Archdemon. Show me what I need to do to save my world. So, people who played the first game may recall that basically when the Archdemon dies, its soul has to go into a Grey Warden, who then basically sacrifices their life. So I'm guessing that's what this is going to be over here. Blackwall himself, Cassandra, helplessness, cold, despair, soulless, dying alone, Sarah, the nothing, Dorian, temptation, Cassandra. So these are basically the fears, I would guess, of or possibly the causes of death. So a vial of Darkspawn blood, the key to this. So we get item coin from that. So brings us to a kind of nice point, I guess. We've reached the 2-hour mark on this, so I think I'm going to call it a bit of a day there. I will be back possibly tomorrow, possibly another night this week, to do some more Batman Arkham Asylum, or possibly some Final Fantasy VII Remake or Nier Replicant. I haven't quite decided yet which of the three we're going to do, but I'm sure it'll be riveting. For me, anyway. I can't guarantee for anybody else. I would just like to thank you for watching, and tell your friends, colleagues, loved ones to tune in for the next instalment. Thanks very much. Have a good night, and I shall see you soon. Bye.